And her travels really are quite remarkable. Good morning from Ljubljana, and my 4th day here exploring Slovenia. Yesterday was an absolute washout. It just chucked it down with rain. I had plans to visit the castle and do some more outdoor activities, but it was just too wet and too cold as well. It was 11 degrees yesterday. I didn't budget for 11 degrees, I budgeted for about 20 degrees. I didn't bring any winter clothes with me. This is not good. I just hope the forecast stays dry for the next few days and the temperature rises a little bit. It should do. The forecast does indicate warmer temperatures. So hopefully the worst of the weather is now over and I can get back to documenting my travels. But today I'm taking the train up to another city here in Slovenia, a city called Celje. So I'm looking forward to having a walk around there and exploring another historic city here in Slovenia. As I walk up to the railway station, I met this fantastic statue. Absolutely brilliant. It's to a man called Rudolph Maister, and he was a Slovene military officer. Soldiers who fought under Maister's command in northern Slovenia became known as Maister's fighters. And he was also an accomplished poet and self-taught painter. Died young, aged 60, on the 26th of July, 1934. And there's this tremendously brilliant statue of him here on a horse. That's nice. I wonder if I'll come across him again on my travels. I am planning to head up to Maribor next week, which I believe was one of the centres that he fought at. So I dare say we'll find out a bit more about him next week if I get up to Maribor. Subject to the weather, of course. But let's cross the road and catch my train to Celje. Most trains running today seem to be a bus replacement service. There are a few direct trains, but these are the international ones, so I have to wait a bit longer for my train. I was going to catch the 8:50, so I'll catch the 9:15, which is actually heading to Budapest. I've been advised by the ticket office to purchase my ticket on the train. He says it's cheaper, so let's find out. It was €9.20 to Cran the other day. Would it be cheaper going to Celje? Guess they will. We'll find out shortly. The station here is absolutely massive. They are renovating it. It's a huge section they're building over the far end. So I think in a couple of years' time, this station will be absolutely huge, covering a lot of international traffic. You get trains up to Austria and down to Zagreb as well from here, so it's going to be a huge international hub for trains. But let's just wander down here and catch my train to Celje. To this platform, I have to walk through the car park. Definitely going in the right place, but gosh, this is I guess this will be good in a few years' time when it's all completed. Oh, it's quite a walk down from the main station, but I'm here now on platform 91. There we go. Let's catch my train. A fun train journey, 90 minutes and only €3.50. That wasn't too bad. €3.50 for a single ticket. 18 degrees today, that's the predicted forecast. I hope they're right because the last few days has been very cold and a little bit wet. Well, more than a little bit. Got soaked in crayon the other day. But there we go. Oh dear. Beautiful scenery coming up in the countryside of Slovenia on the train. Absolutely beautiful. Some of the best scenery I think I've seen from any train window. Absolutely beautiful. But today I'm going to take a walk around the city here, see what we can discover, try and find an execution site and find a statue to a fellow traveller. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having a look and seeing what's here. But just down here is a section of old city wall. There's also a water tower as well. So let's just walk down this road a little further and try and find that. And here we are. These are the old walls of Celje. What dominates it is this water tower. Construction of the walls started around the year 1450 and was finished around the year 1473. Quite impressive, especially this water tower. See the window at the top and see just how thick the actual walls were. Very impressive. And you can see a part of the old wall just behind this house. So hopefully we'll find another section later on. There used to be 3 entrance gates into Celje. The Ljubljana gate was torn down in 1755 and the castle gate in 1804. The water gate next to the Capuchin Bridge was destroyed in 1851. That's a shame that they haven't survived, but dare say we'll find some more evidence of old walls as we travel through Celje. As long as the sun keeps shining and it doesn't rain, we'll be in for a good day. And after the events in Crown the other day, I could do with a good day out. So let's see what we can find here in Celje, on the way up to the statue of a fellow traveller. Walking along the side of the river. It's quite warm as well and the sun is shining. Just hope it continues. Don't want a repeat of the other day. But I just see up ahead here there's some ruins. It's all fenced off. But oh, and it's closed as well. I found somewhere that's closed. I've only been here 5 minutes. There we go. Yes, there we go. Padlocks on the gate. But it looks like there's a collection of old stones from previous building. There's no information to tell me any more about it. It's just a shame, but there we go. Oh, and there's a section of wall here as well. Some parts do survive. If I just turn around, some parts do survive. So that's interesting. Interesting to see it. But let's head into the city centre. Try and find the cathedral. It's all gone dark. I'm still here. Let's go find the cathedral. Oh, there I am. Let's go find the cathedral so I can see the spire just up ahead, and see what else we can discover in the city centre. This is the cathedral. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, and the bells have just started chiming. That's nice to hear. That's nice to hear. But it's beautiful. Looking up building, looking up at it. Building dates from 1306. There's a statue here. Looks like a priest with a boy. That probably sounds wrong. But, oh dear. But it's quite a nice little statue actually. I couldn't find out who it depicts. There's a date on the back saying 1936. But it's quite a pleasant statue actually, looking at it. It's quite nice. Not sure who the priest is, or the bishop, or who the person with him is, but I'm sure it's connected to the history of the church, the cathedral in some way. There's some nice stones here as well. They go back to 1610 on one of the dates. That's really interesting to see that. Very rare to see stones of that age. What a terrific sound the bells are making. Absolutely brilliant. It's just gone midday and they're chiming the hour. It's a beautiful church inside, it really is. It's the Cathedral of St. Daniel, and Daniel was a biblical figure who was taken captive by King Nebuchadnezzar II of Babylon, famously placed in the lion's den. What a great story that is, one of the most iconic stories in the Bible. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This is the main part of the city centre up here. This column here in the market square is really impressive. It's actually St. Mary's column, and it's Celje's first public monument. It was erected in 1776 on the spot where the murderer Pretner was executed. Now I've tried to do some research into who Pretner was, and I can't find out any information at all, which is a shame because I'd like to know what he actually was accused of. But it's really nice looking up at the column. Tall column on a triangular plinth. It supports the statue of Mary at the top. And the statues around the other side are St. Roch and St. Florian. And St. Joseph as well has also been added. Absolutely beautiful to see that. And there's some plaques on the side of the column as well. Really beautiful. I've come across quite a few columns like this in the past, especially travelling through Slovakia, and they all do represent either plague or execution sites. So it's nice to see that it's marked, because these events, grim though they are, should be marked in history. Let's see what else we can find here in Celje. Absolutely fascinating seeing that column. But I'm just wondering what else I'm going to discover here in Celje. Now I do know there's another tower. We've seen the one that was being dug up, all the roads around it are being dug up. But there is another one over by a theatre. So I'm going to try and find that and just have to take a walk through the back streets and try and find that statue to a fellow traveller. But it's very quiet here. It's got quite a different feel in Celje compared to the back streets of Ljubljana. They were very busy, lots of bars, lots of students, lots of people going around their business. But it's very quiet here, which is nice. This is what I like about travelling the most. Finding these quiet little cities and towns and just having a wander around, taking my time to explore and appreciate the city for what it is, for the history, rather than just stay somewhere, visit the castles and other major tourist attractions. And this is the museum. I'm hoping to visit here in the next couple of days. It's rather interesting actually. I think it's a former palace. There's a moat around the side, and there's some exhibition plaques on display, which are all in Slovenian, and there's a trebuchet as well. Looks quite an impressive building, so I'm hoping to get in there and have a look around. My plan is to get to the castle, famous last words after the events of the other day, but it's to get to the castle and get to Maribor. It all depends upon the weather. It's being rather unpredictable at the moment. Let's head a little further and oh wow, absolutely beautiful building. And there's a little statue outside as well. Let's go and take a look at that. Oh, this is quite a cool statue. It's to a man called Josip Pelikan. Just turn around, there we go. And he was a photographer. It's not the statue I've come to see, because the one I want to see is a fellow traveller. But he's a photographer. He was born on the 9th of December 1885 in Hungary and died here on the 8th of June 1977 here in Celje. And he's a third generation photographer. His parents and grandparents were photographers, tracing their history to Prague back in the early days of photography. Absolutely beautiful to see that, perched on his bicycle and just look at his camera. I used to own something like that back in the early 80s. Think how far we've come with photography. Got a little GoPro now I'm recording all this on, but imagine if you had to cart around a camera of that size. There we go, interesting. But let's head on up here a bit further, find that park and try and find that tower, because it has an interesting story attached to it. That is quite a nice little park. Little water feature in the middle. That's quite nice. It's amazing what you find just walking through the back streets. There we go. How cool is that? Absolutely lovely. And there's a mural here as well. Not sure what it depicts. It's quite interesting looking up at it. Seems to be a dragon there. Lots of people. Looks like they're playing musical instruments. Something different, I suppose. Again, there's no plaque to tell me what it's about. But let's head across the way, because I can see the tower from here, and go and investigate the West Tower. I enjoyed that little garden. I just sat there watching the fountain for a few minutes. Very pleasant, especially compared to the weather in Cran the other day. This is perfect filming weather. It's absolutely wonderful. And so is this. This is the tower. It's called the Theatre Tower because it's now a part of the theatre. Dates from the second half of the 15th century. But the northwestern guard tower of the old medieval town walls, and for a while it served as a dungeon and torture chamber. But since 1824, it became part of the theatre here. How fantastic! Have a torture chamber and a theatre. Yeah, I've seen disruptive people thrown out of theatres before now, so perhaps that's a good deterrent. Oh, where am I? Oh, there I am. Oh dear. Don't you like the shadows? Bit of a shindig there, getting into the dark. Never mind. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Looking up at the brickwork. It's in remarkably good condition. It really is. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, I'm glad I walked this way now. I was going to take a different path through the city and look at some of the old buildings, but I'm glad I came this way. Really is lovely looking up at the brickwork. Yeah, remarkably good condition. But let's head into the city a bit further and try and find the statue of a fellow traveller. This is the statue I've come to see. It's to a lady called Alma Karlin, or Alma Maximiliana Karlin, to give her full name. She was born on the 12th of October 1889, and she was a writer, globetrotter, collector, and a polyglot as well. After World War I, she travelled a good part of the world on her own, just as I do, which certainly makes her one of the greatest female travellers and adventurers of all time. She travelled to North America, South America, the Far East, India, and all around Europe. Quite a remarkable lady. And she spoke over a dozen languages. She died on the 14th of October, 1950. And this life-size statue was erected in 2010. Looks absolutely beautiful. She even wrote a book about her travels, and it's called The Odyssey of a Lonely Woman. She was a daring and brave woman who between 1919 and 1927 set out on her perilous and risky 8-year journey around the world. And she carried with her her typewriter. And her typewriter was called Erica. You can see her holding the Erica in her suitcase there. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely lovely to see a statue. And her travels really are quite remarkable. The places that she went, and given the time that she went, she was very brave to do that. To travel without the modern facility of mobile phones and credit cards and Apple Pay, Google Pay, and everything else that we take for granted today. She did it without any of those things. I just carry a camera and a laptop. And she lumbered a typewriter around. Absolutely wonderful. But this is where I'm going to end my video for today. And what a glorious day it has turned out to be. Just wish the last couple of days had been as enjoyable as the weather is today. And I might have got to Ljubljana Castle. But the forecast for the next few days is like this. So hopefully I'll get a chance to visit the castle here in Celje and have a great day out in Maribor. That all depends upon the weather. So I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.